Good evening everyone and welcome back to Off the Line Racing. It's been a nice 1 week break, but now we are back for round 6 and we are going to the Red Bull Ring in Austria. A lovely track to go to with only 10 turns, not a lot of corners to make mistakes, but you are flat to the floor. Don't let me remind you that this track may be the easiest, but a lot of drivers do struggle to find the time. My name is Corey Brooks, your lovely commentator, and as you can tell, there's a different face in the booth today. That's absolutely correct. I am joined by not Tom Carter. How are we doing, buddy?
I'm doing very well, and I'll get it out of the way early. As you can see, I'm quite still on the screen right now. It's because it's a photo of me that you've got up on the screen. Yeah, I'm not prepared to be. I wasn't prepared to be commentating tonight because I am a substitute at the moment. But nonetheless, we've got some action to be showing you, and the show must go on. So, speaking of the show,
Absolutely correct. Don't let us keep you waiting. We are in for qualifying, so let's get to it.
no
And
one out yet.
you join us trackside. Here we are, 16 drivers lining up on the grid at the Red Bull Ring. I am very excited for this, Tom. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I'm very excited. The first person leaving the pits is AE Iwan. You'll have to forgive me for my unfamiliarity with this grid. Well, actually, I'm familiar with a few of them. The grid, the community, as you know, is probably quite tight and well knit, especially with F1 online multiplayer. So some of these faces I'm familiar with, but in terms of the situations on track and the past and stuff, you can enlighten me, I suppose, and remind the audience as well.
Absolutely. So far, there is an ongoing battle between Austria and AMS Knight. Josh B was a driver looking fairly good at the start of the season, but didn't attend and cost himself some points. So now, as we head into the second half of the season, Josh needs to score back those points for his V-carb. However, his teammate Leon, fresh on the scene, has certainly got himself some lovely points and put himself in a perfect position. Just sits behind his teammate in the V-carb, just behind on points, only by a couple. We will take a look at the standings a little bit later on, but for now, we have qualifying to show for you. So you say you see a couple of these drivers, Tom. Who do you expect to see up at the top? Anybody in
Oh,
particular?
someone that I do hope to do quite well is Leon, but just to interrupt the little discussion we were having, AE Iwan, who was the first person to go and set a lap I expected anyway, has gone and invalidated this and next lap, so he will have to go again and do another out lap, despite the fact that he may or may not want to. The next person to start a lap is Beetle Clamp. He's run wide at turn one. Hasn't invalidated though, so he must have lost out on the time. He's powering his way to turn three now. Will he use the wide curb? No, he takes the shallower, more tyre angle on the turning, which means that you have to use more tyres, and it's a bit of a more violent corner to deal with. And he's running down to turn four now. If you want to take us through sector two.
Absolutely, as we power around turn four and get himself nicely around that little flick of the right-hander turn five. It's the double left-hander, 6 and 7. They're certainly going to stir a bit of ruckus. You can run it wide fairly easily, but Beetle has handled that very nicely indeed. Gets himself set up around turn 8 now. There's only 10 turns, so only 2 turns to go. Not a lot of places you can make a mistake, but the final 2, double right-hander you could call it, the right-hander turns are very easy to run it wide and pick up just a little bit too much speed, but he crosses the line into, so 104.7 the time to beat. Next across the line will be the Haas. Was that Lanky's to start a lap? Indeed it was.
And Iwan as well, just behind starting his lap. You got the McLaren and I think it's Luggy who sets his lap as well behind these two. But the next two drivers that are gonna have just started the laps is the Haas of Lanky and the Mercedes of Iwan. Both coming through turn three. At the point where Iwan is now, he won't want to be this close to the car ahead. The car ahead will be disturbing the air and thus disturbing the aerodynamic forces on the car, and meaning that he has less grip through the corners. We're all about the floor. The ground effect at the moment with these cars, and if you don't know what the ground effect is, it's basically when the floor of the car sucks. It's like, you know how a plane goes up into the air. Well, a car sucks onto the ground like a Hoover, and then it's able to grips the track a bit better. Well, being in a car that's behind another car so closely that air is disrupted and you cannot stick to the track as much. But it's been a good lap so far, and they're going to cross the line now. Oh, maybe without running wide though, not without running wide, Lanky.
Lanky there almost cost himself his lap, but didn't. Still put the time in, a 5.1. Not too quick, but a second off the pace from the front. Lugia is big, sitting there with the pole time, a 104.1. So I suspect the three's definitely getting broken with that time. Auster maybe be the one to try and fight it back. Josh is on the mediums. Interesting.
I my little eye, a Tom H going through sector one and a sector two now. He's about to start sector three in a moment, not without going through. I think it's turn 7 there, is it? Or 5. Turn 6 and then 7. He hits the second sector split and it's purple, which means fastest. I'm not sure if it meant personal best, though the game can mislead us a little bit. He doesn't want to be misled into this corner, though it's blind, and you have to trust the car to grip up it. It's very, very fast. You don't want to run wide and invalidate your lap, and you don't want to run wide on the second part either. You don't want to cut the inside curb. He goes
Ooh!
fastest for 14157. It's
What can his
just faster
teammate
than
do?
Wiggins.
His
Williams and his
teammate!
teammate glitched. Because just faster. The gaps at the moment are absolutely ludicrous. As you can see, less than a tenth split in the top three.
Absolutely. Less than a tenth for that fateful pole position. And around here, Paul is the one to be on. You need to get that turn one right. That 90-degree right turn can really put you offline and really compromise your exit while everybody barrels down towards it at full speed. Everybody looking to make up those positions. We are now on board with OTLR Luke, who's coming to set his first timed lap at an invalidation, but he's now heading up the first DRS zone, getting himself set up for the slam of the brakes of turn 3. You really need to slow that car down and get that rotation in, because as soon as you come out of it, it's flat to the floor once again. Open that rear wing and power down towards turn 4. Turn 4, another corner that can really, really catch you out. He's running it wide. They're really maximising the track limits. That was stupendous, but running a little bit too wide off the track and in the gravel. My. OTLR Luke, they're struggling to keep it within the limits as we get to turn 4. I called it out. You can just run it a little bit too wide, getting that overspeed. You're just carrying all that momentum. You want to get the best exit you can. Only 10 turns to get the time that you need. So you need to get those corners to perfection.
Yeah, so that's the first set of laps nearly done, or is it? You've got Josh now, who's about to set his first, his second lap, but he's gone out on the mediums instead. I'm not sure why. He's done a few laps on them. Might just be trying to get some track knowledge, you never know. He's invalidated instantly on the exit of turn 1, so that's not very good. But that's the first set of laps done. I think OTLR Luke might be going again, though. He is.
Oh, does he have the juice to go once more?
He
He did invalidate, so he is going to push on. I've just got ourselves on board with Ewan, who's coming out, the recent driver to, I think, make it into the reserves list, has got himself up there in the Mercedes, filling in that spot for AMS Knight, who is not racing today. However, he needs those points. He's got a championship fight, but one race I suspect he feels he could miss out, but Oster would, if he can, extend that lead ever more.
Yep, so the championship fight at the moment in OTLR is very, very spicy. We've had, is it 5 or 6? I think it's 5. 5 different winners. I was watching, did you see that?
Oh, Luke, barely keeping it together.
5
that
different winners,
tank
5
slapper
races.
was huge. Huge.
Yeah, that was very close. And in the meantime, Luke is gone fastest with the 14055. Still just a 10 split in the top 3, but just over. It's 101 thousandths.
Oh, it's getting very, very close up at the front. Beetle invalidating a lap there. So he is driving it slowly, making sure he doesn't get in the way of anybody else who's coming past.
Leon's
that was Leon.
Instantly invalidated, yeah.
Oh, invalidates into turn 1. See, it's very unforgiving here in the Red Bull Ring in Austria. You've only got 10 turns, so everybody's really trying to maximise the track limits because that's where the speed is. You run it slightly wide, you get the optimum line. I know a lot of drivers will follow the racing line and keep it on the track, fairly on the track, but that's not where you gain the time. You need to maximise those limits to the extreme to get those angles, get the rotation. It's what it's all about for corner entry.
Yeah, someone who I'm watching right now is Grelis. He's someone that I am familiar with outside of this competition as it stands, but he sets a competitive lap time as it stands. Goes P6 and... What was that?
Slide there from Ewan. The Mercedes reservist filling in has had a bit of an issue there coming out of the final turn. Only in turn 10 can it happen. You pick too much speed up and you're like, oh no, that could have been an invalidation. Was that Beetle? Beetle has slowed right. He's not happy with that. That is a straight invalid. Parked himself on the racing line, did Ewan? And Beetle has been absolutely impeded. Absolutely impeded. That's
not good.
Terrible to see.
Yeah, it's not ideal. You don't want to be impeded on your lap. That comes at a cost of your lap, but also the opponent will be penalised, hopefully, in a league like this where the ruling has had so much thought put into it, and the stewards are well familiar with what they need to do and the rule book, so on and so forth. If you would like to join in on the fun and if you would like to get a seat, the mid-season sign-ups are open during the Discord.
Absolutely. You can, if you're in the Twitch, you just do, I think, exclamation mark Discord, and it will bring up the league. But we see Lanky on there as we're on board, got that personal best sector 2, comes across the line to improve on his time and get into that 104. Lovely time to get. That is what it's all about. Hello, welcome everybody in the TikTok. We appreciate the likes. We are also live on the Twitch. Oh, maybe it's League, exclamation mark League. I think he did set something up to do it. I'm pretty sure the boss man set all that up. But thank you for the likes in the TikTok. We are also live on the Twitch. This is Off the Line Racing. This is League Racing at its finest. There it is. It is. It's exclamation mark League if you're in the Twitch. If you're not and you're on the TikTok, get to the Twitch, get the Discord link, or it may even be in the bio. I can't remember on that, but if it is in the bio, click it, get in the league. Mid-season sign-ups are open, as my trusty Corcoms mentioned.
Yeah.
Gotta say, it's lovely to have you in the booth, Tom.
Yeah, I'm just making sure. I was just checking certain things with audio, and I couldn't really hear anything for a moment. But I can hear that someone's about to. I know. I was going to say someone's about to cross the line. I was trying to use that as some sort of, buy myself time for some action. But actually, it was the lanky one baiting me, and he went into the pit lane. But a Mercedes is about to cross the line. Who is it? It's Lele.
Lele about to cross
Starting
the
a lap.
line. Not starting a lap, indeed. I was back on board with Luke, who's invalid again. Really struggling to keep it on the track today. Luke is having an absolute murr, but he crosses the line to start a lap.
Sam,
keeps invalidating these laps.
Sam just jumped up a few positions. He's improved a little bit, but we follow on with, is it Luke we're going to follow on with at the moment as he tries to set his first valid lap of the night. He is on fresh softs at the moment. I think that was an out lap he must have gone off track on, so this is actually just a lap that's normal. He hits the DRS zone after turn 3, running down to turn 4. It's a short straight, so you can use a little bit of ERS. You will gain more ERS under braking using the kinetic energy from the brakes in the braking zone. So you can use it on the exit again. He burns a little bit, and he's going to save a little bit more because you don't go full throttle through turn 6 and 7 here, I think it is. Forgive me if that's wrong. And you don't want to run too far wide, or you'll hit the gravel, or you'll invalidate your lap. He turns in nicely, the car grips up nicely. He rides the curb, gets a little bit loose, but he doesn't invalidate, and he does not go off track. Speeding to the final 2 corners now, takes the first one, hits the curb, don't unsettle the car too much, don't turn in too early to the second part, and you won't invalidate your lap. Doesn't run too far wide, hits the DRS zone and crosses the line, goes finally P6 with a lap that's 5 3/4 tenths off pole position at the moment.
Well, I said it earlier, pole position being within a 103, and it certainly is in the 103s. Everybody needs to try and push to gain that extra 10th. Again, only 10 turns, not a lot of places to do it. Can you be the driver to go that little bit later on the brakes, get on the power a little bit quicker, and certainly put the pressure on your rivals as you look to take what could be your first or maybe even your second. As we've said, 5 different race winners this season. 5 different drivers taking that top spot. So it's anybody's game here in Austria. Could somebody be looking for the first or even the second victory of this season?
Oh, someone who's about to cross the line is Leon. I don't know if he's going to improve. He does. He goes P3. That's on a used set as well, so he'll have a little bit of time in his hand when he jumps into the pits. But he's going to have to be quick if he wants to do that. Luke, who's probably going to jump into the pits now, put on a new set for the final run. These Sums has come out early for his last lap, as well as that's Leon ahead of him. So yeah, just these Summers on his out lap and Leon on his in lap. So we can have a breather now and get the discussion going. Who do you think is going to win the race? Get yourselves in chat. Who do you think is going to get pole position, and what sort of times do you think people will be saying?
With Luigi being the only driver so far to sit there on that 103 time, I think it's looking fairly sweet for Luigi to potentially take the victory here today. But Glitch certainly showing pace in that Ferrari as well as Leon in his V car.
Speaking of the Ferrari, one of them's just coming out of the pits now. It is Glitch 10. I'm just going to keep an eye on the track map now, but you can follow on with D Summers, and I'll keep an eye on what the situation is for the final runs.
Absolutely. Oster in the Twitch chat says me and me. That's who he thinks he's going to win.
Confident.
Confident. He's currently leading the championship, only by the skin of his teeth. However, his closest rival has sat out this race. Certainly it relieves a little bit of pressure. But Josh and Leon are just lurking behind. We will take a look at the standings as we get to our infamous lobby restart.
Someone's in the wall.
Ooh! Mercedes in the wall!
Yeah, it was
Andres.
Lele.
Oh no, Lele, yeah.
Lele warming up the tyres.
Still sat there. He can't get out! He can't get out!
He beached.
Oh, he's had to reset. He was stuck. He's had to do it. There was no other choice.
I'd sooner take a reset penalty than a disqualification on track.
Well, we saw it with our own eyes. He couldn't physically move. Of course, there are certain scenarios that allow you to reset, and that may have been one of them. He was completely... His wheels were spinning. I could see that clearly, and he just wasn't moving anywhere.
Okay, so I've got an order in my head to the drivers who are setting their laps, but the first person that's going to set their final run as it stands is going to be D Summers, who's in P14 at the moment, third bottom. He's going to improve, hopefully. He's going to need a big improvement. It's not big enough, and he stays P14. But the first person to start their lap is Andres, and he's going to be followed by, I think it is Beetle Clamp. No, it is Luke. So it goes Andres, Luke, then Beetle.
Well, there comes Andres now up into turn 3. Certainly has the time to set 2 laps if needed. That's exactly the position you want to be in. If you invalidate this, you need to try very hard, recharge that battery, but he also has the time to go again. DRS open for the second time, coming down towards turn 4. A corner that if you just clip ever so slightly on that apex, can grab you that understeer, send you off into that gravel trap. A lot of these turns are very fast flowing. You must be very, very careful on your racing line. But again, you must try and maximise those limits as you see him there. Almost running into the gravel from Andres. Coming through turns 6 and 7. Finishes turn 8 there with ease. And now only 2 turns remain between the Aston Martin and a potential to get up in the order. He hasn't set a time lap just yet, but does come out of the final turn. Powered down, it's a 105.5, only good enough for 14th. That's not good enough.
The people who are now going to come across and set their laps, it's going to be...
Luke's in P2. Luke's in P2.
That's a good lap, that, but it's Grelis next who's going to come and set his final lap of the session. He's coming through the final 2 corners now. There was a bit of a gap between those drivers and the next drivers to come through, but Grelis has abandoned his lap, so he's not going to set another one. It's going to be... Is that Beetle?
Beetle and then Glitched. We're on board with Beetle. We'll see them both cross the line. Glitch looking for that slipstream. Just couldn't get it, but Josh jumps ahead. 3/10. My. Jumps ahead of Luigi, but do not count Luigi out. Luigi's just crossed the line to start a lap and just made it just in time. As the countdown begins, you have 3 minutes to finish this lap and the session will end. Drivers crossing the line to finish. Oster, a 103.965. That's his qualifying done. Sam jumps up to P9. Oh, big moment for Luigi. No, that's it. That is it. Leon, P2 as well. It's a V-car front row lockout. Luigi cannot do anything about it.
Oh, hey, who's on the lap? Tom H is still on the lap. He's coming through the final 2 corners now. He's setting a later one. He doesn't want to invalidate now. He's got overtake on. He hits the DRS. He's going to cross the line.
Oh!
Doesn't improve.
Not an improvement at all. At a moment out of the finals, and he was down by almost half a tenth. Who else have we got? Is that Beetle I see before me? It is indeed. He's a tenth and a half up, looking to jump up the positions, crosses the line and doesn't. He lost it out of the final corners. Oh no, unfortunate for the Williams. Lanky into the pits, that leaves the Mercedes finish. So I think that will be the order. Is that it?
That's it, yeah. That is it. It's over.
That is it. Josh B coming out of nowhere and slapping it on pole position. You've seen him take a victory before, and here he comes to take pole position, looking to set himself up for his second victory this season.
Yeah, just a few people need to retire or come to the pit lane.
Well
So we can
done.
continue
V
from that.
cab front row lockout. Leon, his teammate, a driver that come in a little bit later into the season, has certainly slapped himself up at the top and he's making a name for himself. That
Yeah,
is amazing.
forgive me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Leon's won a race already this season, hasn't he?
I think he has, you know. I mean, he may do. I'll have to check results, but for now, we shall bring you back to the commentator's booth.
Yeah, let's speak of results. Let's go through them.
We shall indeed go through those lovely standings. So, of course, there is the calendar. We had a week break, just a little week off. Coming in back at you, Austria. Of course, a beautiful track to get going again. It's also a little bit easier for some drivers. Some drivers today struggling with those limits. But you get yourself back warmed up because next week it's China. China is fairly difficult if you've not mastered that track. And then we move on to round 8. My favourite track. Saudi Arabia, Jeddah. On from there we go to Yas Marina, Abu Dhabi, another track that I am fond of. Not gonna lie, love it to bits. United Kingdom for round 10, back in Silverstone, my home GP. Mine at least, and as well for Tom Carter, his home GP. Finishing off at Sao Paulo, Brazil. So what a calendar indeed, but we now pull up the drivers' standings. See Oster there just barely leading. It's very, very close between the front two of AMS Knight, but again, he isn't racing today, which does take the pressure off Oster. Josh B just lurking behind there, 54 points. So he's only got a 21 point difference from the lead. So Oster having a bad race and Josh taking victory will put him at the top spot, providing Oster does not finish. Leon, like I've mentioned, just sits there behind his teammate, a driver that's been getting himself fairly well known in the final couple of rounds we've had, in the last couple of rounds we've had. Tom H. Ferrari taking the Ferrari drivers, putting him up into P5. Luigi P6, IRT Nick in P7, Glitched Head P8, and Lanke 9th, and Andres doing your top 10. So a bit of a mix of drivers, but Williams and VCAB having two drivers in the top 10 as well as the Ferrari, although the Ferrari is not as close together as they'd like to be. Need to score some very much needed points as we move on into the second half of the season. Going down your 11 is OTLR Luke Grelly, Steve Summers, Piney Penguin, Sid CTV1, also not racing here today, is Piney Penguin and Sid, those two are out of it. Cam Ratcliffe, DJK, Sam844, who's taking his full-time seat in the Kick Sauber, Jack taking a full-time seat in the McLaren as well, and then Ewan filling in the Mercedes there. So everything, he is full-time, I believe. He's in the standings, so he is a full-time driver. Apologies, I missed that earlier on. And now, on to constructors' standings. McLaren leading the charge, but Leon and Josh are doing certainly the worlds of wonder in the V-Carbs. Only 5 points separating them from constructors. As we move on to Mercedes, bit of a points difference there, 31 points behind the lead. Surely the Mercedes drivers can pull that back, but today having a bit of an issues in qualifying. Potentially it could lead on into the race. Ferrari it's on 60 points, only 10 points behind, attacking the Mercedes, 41 points behind what could be the lead. Williams there in 5th, ever closer to the Ferraris, just 1 point separating the two. So a battle for Williams and Ferrari here. You saw it in the drivers. Those 4 drivers are very close together, and here in constructors, they're just next to each other as well. The Aston Martins in 6th, Kick Sauber in 7th, Alpine in 8th, Haas in 9th, and the Red Bulls, not where you will ever see the Red Bulls hardly, is at the bottom in 10th, only scoring 2 points. The Red Bulls not doing very well in Season 1 of OTLR, but hopefully some Red Bull drivers can pull something out of their back pocket and score some much needed points. Wow. How do you feel about the calendar, Tom? You excited to see anything in particular?
Yeah, before I speak about the calendar, just want to remark on how beautifully you delivered that standings there. But the story of today is going to be about the V-Carbs starting P1 and 2. But just to respond to your question, the calendar is beautiful. It's very, very, very well designed. And I only say it because I believe I had a very minor part to play in the calendar this year. But next year, that's all the boys that are working on it at the moment. They're doing a great job. And do you know who else is doing a great job? All of the racers. That was a good qualifying session. I think there was a couple of incidents, but pretty decent overall. Very close and very competitive.
Absolutely, indeed. So far, things are looking mighty spicy. I wonder how things are gonna move on from here. So I'm expecting to see a battle here. Maybe Oster can pull something out in the race in his race pace, potentially do something for the boys and get himself within a decent position. And qualifying wasn't too good, I believe. It was not setting the laps that were needed. The V-carbs locking out that front row, but we can only hope to see some improvement from Oster in the race. Other than that, I'm more excited for Jeddah than anything in terms of tracks. Don't know about you, mate. Jeddah is
I'm
my number
excited for
one.
the finale. I think this finale is going to have a bit of weight to it, even if it's not for the actual title. It could just be for the constructors, or it could just be for who finishes P2, P3. But I'm sure you and Rob, when he returns, will make it very fun to watch for everyone. So everyone should definitely tune in. And for the remainder of the season, it will always be at 7 p.m. Tuesdays at 7 p.m. GMT. No, BST, sorry. 7 p.m. BST, it's summer.
Yes,
But yeah,
it
very,
will
very
be.
excited. Very excited for Brazil.
Yes, it is. I am excited for the finale. Sao Paulo is certainly a track that introduces a lot of, controversy in certain parts. It's quite tight as well as you get towards second sector. A lot of drivers like to take that extra risk, but I like to see a good Sao Paulo better than any. There's a lot of grass there, not so much gravel, but the grass causes so many issues in terms of slipping and sliding, especially when you're trying to get on those brakes. The gravel helps you in a way. All that mushy stone slows the car down, but that grass only does one thing: does not slow you down at all. Keeps you going at the exact same momentum you got on it. It's
Yeah,
certainly going to be difficult for some of the drivers to keep it within limits, especially with what we saw today. If they can just push those limits to gain all that time, but without touching that grass, it's going to be a very, very close race indeed.
yeah. The grass there, there's no friction. There's not enough friction for the car to slow down, so the tires just slide over it like it's on ice. I suppose. You don't want to go onto that at all. Um, But yeah, not far off being into the race now. What are your predictions for this race? I think, yeah, I already said it's going to be about Leon, the V carb, Josh, the other V carb, starting P1 and 2. But I'm also excited to see where Alster finishes this, how he's going to maintain his championship lead, or will it be broken into?
Well, we can only hope to find out, but so far the V carbs on that top spot are looking very, very good to get on the push and potentially take a 1-2 finish here in Austria. If they can play the team game, they can play it right. The victory is certainly on the cards for V carb. They have Josh pushing for drivers, as well as Leon could potentially get in the mix for P2, if not take the top spot in drivers' standings, as well as the constructors. So the V-Carbs really working together here, doing well to lock out that front row, and now they push on to see the result they get at the end of the race. There are 36 laps to go around here in Austria. Can you endure these 36 laps, or will it just be a bit too much for you? Track limits is something to watch, definitely. Don't let us keep you waiting any longer. We are just about to go trackside. Before we do, any notes from you, Tom? Anything? Anything you want to call out now?
Alster DNF.
Alster DNF. Oh, big boy prediction. But no, we head trackside. That's just mean, says Oyster in the chat. He's not happy with that one.
Well, the scenes, both RBs are equally close to you in the championship, and if you DNF, the scenes of them, fighting over who gets the 25 points, who gets the 18 points, I want to see it tonight. I'm here. I'm only here for one race, so surprise me.
Absolutely indeed. Surprises. And on that note, Tom, I can give you lights out, mate. Give it you on your first appearance in OTLR. Get on the lights, mate. You can take lights out and away we go.
That's very generous of you. I need to speak better than that in the moment when the lights go out, but I'll prepare myself. Gotta grab my, you know, I say controller. I'm gonna make sure that I get a good angle. Make sure I get onto the angle that I want for turn one. It's a short run to turn one here at Austria, but the more important run is the exit of turn one all the way up to turn three through the insignificant but still important turn 2, where the DRS zone is after lap 1. Of course, going on to lap 2, you will have it at some tracks. The DRS detection zone is before the lap starts, but here it is after, into the braking zone after the lights. But here we go: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. All of them are on, and they're out now. It's a very good start from Leon. He gets a much better start than Josh, who gets a little bit of wheel spin. Lucky hasn't got the best start, but he's under threat from Alster, who's onto the inside curb, gets hit from Glitch 10. Glitch 10's to the outside. It's single file from the front 3. Glitch 10 and Tom looking to make moves on Alster. He's dropped one position already. Will he drop another into turn 3? It looks like he might. He's susceptible to the outside from Tom, but Glitch makes contact with Luggy at the rear into turn 3. It's very, very tight all the way down the field. There's a bit of a spread coming out already. Alster on the inside of Glitched is doing very well to defend from both Ferraris working together. Both the RBs also working together to take away the lead, and they're breaking away from Luggy. They want to do that before the DRS starts to take its hand and take its toll in this race. But as it stands, Alster's fended off Tom and Glitch 10's forces very, very well. But he's looking now, instead of defending, he's looking to attack onto the exit, onto the final 2 corners now to Luggy, where both the RBs have extended their lead just shy of 8 tenths now, and then 2 more tenths. They'll be out of that, DRS zone, where you only get DRS if you're within 1 second of the car ahead, which they won't be if they keep it on, keep it at this rate. But a very good first lap from these guys. No incidents, no spinning, no yellow flags even. Very, very nicely. But there is a bit of a gap around the field now if you look at the track map.
Oh, we see a change in position there. The V-carb swapping over. We see the suggested tyre strategies, but not what these strategies drivers often go for. They like to make their own. They know how the tyres handle. They know how the tyres work. Drivers of this caliber know what to do. They need to keep it within track limits. We see moves being made down the order. That DRS helping everybody out here. I'm trying to get back on board with the action we see there. Jack getting past Lily in a takes P13 away from that Mercedes driver. We take our look back to the front. Oster getting mighty close to Lugi there.
Yeah, I've just seen Alster defending. Luggy defending from Alster. Something I've noticed as well is that Luggy's, breaking down that gap that he had. That was given out. Said that he was 8 tenths behind, but he's dropped it now down to 6 tenths. It's 2 tenths gained in the lap 2. So going on to lap 3, what will it be? What will be the story? Will he drop away and let these 2 run away with it, or will he be able to attach himself? I think he's more attached himself than he has fallen away with the DRS now. It's a big game of DRS here at Austria. There's a change in the lead for the RBs, but that's not going to be too
there
goes
Glitch looking for the outside line. Oh! Almost pushed wide there, but does manage to keep it on the track and side by side with Oster. Double dose on the DRS, uses the battery and gets ahead. Sorry to cut you off, Tom, there, but that was a monumental battle there between the 2. They fought it out in lap 1. Oh, a bit of a rough and tough. Slight contact with diffuser to front wing there from the Williams and the Ferrari. But
Is it going to be RB versus Ferrari once Tom H and Glitched Hen dispatch of Alster, who's looking quite hopeless in this fight at the moment? He hasn't done much to attack. He's done more defending than attacking. Has he got battery troubles maybe compared to the other guys? Tom, did he have a little bit of a snap there? I think he might have, but it's all good. He hasn't run too much offline, but a very interesting start to this race.
Yes, it is very interesting. I wonder now, Glitch needs to defend Oster there, needs to really push on, or maybe back him up into his teammates, see if Tom H can help in any way to keep that McLaren behind. Tom H is looking close enough. Doesn't go for it, slows it down, turns it in into turn 3.
Yeah, I wonder how Tom H now is going to dispatch of Alster. He'll want to do that because his teammate will certainly be willing to drag him along and help him defend once he is ahead. He won't have to worry about keeping him behind too much, hopefully.
Ooh, bit of a battle there for the final points positions. D Summers getting ahead of Beetle. The Williams having a bit of a press from the Kick-Sauber. The Kick-Sauber's through. 5 seconds they are from that DRS train. This pack is slowing down. We have 2 fights in the field. Sam has picked up 3 seconds, but has dropped the DRS. I think he's had a moment he was within it, and no, he's not. He's lost time to D Summers, and he's lost time to that pack ahead. Here we see a battle between OTLR Luke looking to the outside, to the inside of Tom H there, but Tom H had the speed and maintained the momentum, managing to stay ahead. Glitch now could potentially be on the move with the Williams, looking to that inside line, does go for the inside line. He's sending it. Oh, he could. A little late on the brakes, locking up. You saw that car sliding left, right, as he struggled. Had to cut the corner to avoid the contacts. Picks up a 3 seconds. He just went a little bit too late on the brakes, sir. Was going for what? Oh, he's going to be in the middle when he tried to thread the needle, but couldn't get it. Glitch, he's really pressing the V-Carbs ahead now. The V-Carbs making a wall there. Absolutely blocking him, forcing it to back out. Beautiful play.
Someone's lost an end plate. I'm not sure who it is. I'm going to keep an eye out of the front wings. Could it be Glitched? No, it's not. I don't think it is.
It's not Glitched, but Glitched is under pressure now from Oster. Has to back out of it. The door's been open for Loogie. Loogie goes through. Beautiful. So does Luke. Open door on Tom H. Gets it done. My, lap 6 and things are starting to heat up.
Yeah, it's getting hot here. It's getting very, very, very tasty as well. It's all scrapping in the top 8 now. Sam's caught up. He's got back into DRS of Tom H now. Someone's gone towards the inside. It was one of the RBs. They're boxing in Glitch 10. Alster, he's gone for a dive on Loogie into turn 3. That was late.
Oh, we see a ghosted Luke. Luke could potentially benefit from that little ghost there. Can he get past them all? He's looking for it on Oster. He sends it to the inside line. Goes down into turn 4. What can he do? Gets slightly ahead. The contact. The low wheels are off. Incident in Austria, turn 4. Off the track. Safety car. There it is. Rejoins. That was a bit of an unsafe rejoin there for Luke. That was dramatic.
End in tears. You knew it was going to end in tears. He's saved. He's got 2 positions back on track there, has Luke, because he got on track quickly enough to maintain it. So yeah, he's going to have to box for a new front wing though. It was Luke who had no front wing. Who else was involved in that? Was it Alster?
It was.
I told you there'd be an incident involving him. So I wonder if he's going to have to. I wonder if he's got damage. He probably does. He does have damage. He's coming into the pits. He's going to be at the back, and he's not going to be in a points-paying position, crucially. Every single person into the pits now, so we'll have to just wait and see how the order is. We've got front wing damage happening into the pit lane as everyone hits each other, being nose to rear, going in.
Oh, my. Beetle out.
And Alster gets held up in the pits. Sorry for interrupting you there.
Beetle's out ahead. I suspect Beetle may have stayed out on those tyres he did with D Summers. They feel like it's a little bit too early to box. Everybody else thinks the hard tyres could go the distance. 29 laps, unless you are going hard to mediums. We see Andres going for the softs. Lugie's gone onto a set of medium tyres. So we'll restart the race in the better position with a better compound. But later on, as the laps unfold, it will be the hard runners that will benefit over those mediums.
Yeah, it will be. It's going to be an interesting run towards the end now. I wonder how it's going to play out.
Oh, that was mighty scary. We had a mighty battle there on lap 6. Huge battles between a couple of drivers. Lanky's out of it, had no audio. He retired in the pits. I believe he may have done. But he has no game sound. One of the bugs that are faced with us in recent times with the recent game. This is why we do the lobby restarts beforehand, to try and mitigate these bugs a little easier and a little better for us all. But so far that has been a mighty fine first 6-7 laps of racing, but now the safety cars come out. A bit of an incident with Luke and Oster. Luke down in P10, Oster out of the points. Not what he needs when he's trying to defend the championship lead, especially against a driver like Josh. The V-Carbs locking out pole position started this race very, very well, but ultimately after 5 laps were under attack from what was an onslaught of the Ferrari, looking to press through any way that he could.
Yeah, I think the fact I have no idea what's going to happen towards the end of this race is exciting. Sorry, I don't. Oh. But I feel like I need to cough there. Alster says class driving there, so he clearly feels that he's been wronged there.
Absolutely. The wheel lock, he was just a little bit lack of space from Luke potentially. I'm not one to speculate on incidents, but from my eyes, I may have seen that there was no space for Austria indeed. Oh, got him caught, locked those wheels, pushed each other off and hit the barrier coming out of turn 4. Has cost them both a lot of positions and a lot of time, but the safety car brought them back in. There is the call. The safety car will be in at the end of this lap. So Beetle slows that pack right down, lets that safety car pull ahead, and he tries to catch out the rest of the grid. 7 laps on those medium tyres. There you can see the position changes. It's not going to mean a lot for Beetle. He's certainly going to be under attack. Those mediums fairly worn in, and especially around a track like Austria, the tyre degradation on the right-hand side is dramatic. There are 7 right-hand turns and only 3 to the left. So you need to take that into consideration when setting up the car. But now we come around the final turn. Does he have the jump?
Oh,
he does indeed. D. Summers has had a disconnect. So let's try and get him back in. But there he is. He's 1.8 seconds clear. Beetle's had a restart of his life. Can you believe it? He's absolutely gone. Here come Leon and glitched around that AI. So does Luger. The AI is dropping D. Summers all his positions. He didn't box, trying to hold out a strategy, and a disconnect has cost him the lot. It is now for Leon and Glitch to push on and try and catch Beetle though, but Beetle's had a big moment coming out of turn 3. He's lost a lot of time, wobbling though, struggling to keep the car, get the traction down. Here comes Leon, looking for a line, any line that he can, but had to back out of it. Goes for the inside line on the exit, flicks it around. Beetle's having an issue. He's really slowed it down though, letting Leon through. I think he's trying to slow the pack down. I'm not entirely sure what's going on, but he is running very, very slow indeed. Here comes Glitch. Glitch got the exit. Ignore the safety car graphic. It's a bug in the game. Again, like we said, the game's had a few issues. The bugs are clear, but Glitched and Leon are through. Glitched and Lugia through to press on for now the race leader being one of the V-Cabs, Leon. Qualifying in second position, his teammate double stacking in the box, putting down into P5. Leon taking charge of the race. What could happen here? Lugi looking to set himself up, get that double slipstream, but here comes Glitch 10, looking for the outside line on Leon. Can he make that stick as well as Lugi? 3 wide! Glitch is forced off the track, tries to rejoin, gets himself back on, but loses out. Leon holds on to the position, he's side by side though. Here goes Lugi looking for that outside line. Those medium compound tyres are working wonders so far, but again, the grip is only going to last so long. What can he make of it as we come around turn 5? Gets through, there goes Glitched, looking for the outside. Glitch doing anything and everything he can to get through. Tom H almost within an incident with Beetle there. Those medium tyres certainly showing their age. Wow, this is certainly getting interesting. There goes Tom through, there goes Josh through. Beetle's tyres are just not holding out now on lap 10.
Yeah, only 10 laps done, so we're just shy of, well, just over actually a quarter of the race done. It's just shy of 40 laps this race. So drivers are, one going to be thinking of longevity, but 2 also going to be thinking about...
Oh, 10 seconds in the pits. That's a speeder. The Mercedes is speeding. Get that man a ticket.
Yeah, speeding the pit lane is not a way you want. Excuse me, I've got hiccups.
No worries there, but we see Lugi getting past Leon. Here comes Leon trying to get it back. Does indeed gets past Lugi there. It's a battle for P1, and for now, it's Williams versus VCAB. The Ferrari Glitch 10 has the 3 seconds. He will not put him out of contention for the fight, though. He's allowing his teammate to get close. His teammate still holding the DRS. The Ferraris are looking good so far. Can Josh do anything to help Leon in front? Can he do anything to get back into the fight for what could have been another victory for Josh B13 this season?
Lugi on the mediums, surely he's going to have to pit again.
Certainly will do. Lugi cannot hold those medium tyres for another 24 laps. There's no way. The safety car came out on lap 7, so that's a lot of laps completed already on the medium tyres. Even though it is at a slower pace, they still were away while you generate that heat. But here come Glitch 10, looking 3 wide once again into turn 3. But Lugi backs out of it, being smart. Leon defending it still, best he can. does eventually get back ahead of Lugi. That was mighty closer. Glitched, making it 3 wide, gets ahead. That was beautifully done from the Ferrari. The Ferrari's looking to take victory here. Could be a 6th race winner of the season. 6 different drivers to take that top spot. Can Glitched Hen be one of them?
Yeah, I'm just watching on Tom H's TV cam. That's the POV I'm taking of this. And I can see quite clearly all 3 of them scrapping away. He's sitting nicely in P4, just being patient and saving his tyres. Probably got quite a bit of battery as well. And he's doing quite well just to stay within the fight. He's had a bit of a lag spike there.
Here comes Leon. That DRS makes it easy. He's not trying to pass yet. He's just trying to stay behind, or is he? He does get ahead. But he does ultimately will get the double dose of DRS. But of course... Oh, no, he doesn't. He doesn't have the DRS. Tom H is coming. He lost out. Either that or he doesn't have that wing open.
It's not double DRS from the start finish into...
oh, no, it's not. There's a DRS zone. I apologise. There is zone 1 just before you get to the break-in of turn 1. You can see that on my map before me. Should have looked at my map then before I spoke, but so far the Ferraris are taking control here.
Yeah, the Ferraris look to be on for a 1-2 as it stands at the moment. So we'll see how Tom H dispatches of Luggy, and will he be able to, drop him with his teammate using the DRS and ERS. That's the story at the moment. So Josh and Leon not having an ideal run from pole and P2 from a front row lockout. Leon, in fact, looking more in a fight with Luke and Alster now instead of P1, 2 and 3, just dropping a little bit of time. Probably doesn't like the hards as much as he wanted.
Well, we could see a battle here between the Alpine and McLaren. Could the McLaren do anything to get past his rival? The drivers clashed together earlier on, causing that safety car, but they could be battling out once again. Here goes Oster with a send to the inside line. He does have to back it out ever so slightly as Luke went really late on the brakes there. He's really battling it out with the McLaren. Does not want Oster to get through in any way. They come down to turn 4 once again, but this time it's clean. Luke looked for a switchback, but Oster was on the ball there and managed to get the traction down and gets ahead of the Alpine driver.
Just watching the fight between Tom H and Luggy. It's not been, side-by-side fighting, but they're just fighting with their brains. Is it worth overtaking Glitched? Is it worth overtaking Luggy? That's what Luggy and Tom are asking themselves respectively. Just wondering what's worth it. Just running the clock down, just getting the laps done as soon as possible, or actually fighting for on-track position right now. Luggy, he's going to want to be saving tyres if he does want to go to the end. It'll be a long feat though. He goes to the inside, takes the lead through turn 3 quite undramatically. And Tom H nearly rear ends his teammate. He goes up the inside, he takes the position for P2, just gets a bit of wheel spin on exit, and then immediately after getting it, loses it again to his teammate who with the DRS. So yeah, as it stands now, Luggy regains the lead. Glitched Hen running wide, nearly rear-ending the leader, stays in P2, Tom H in P3. But Josh, lurking quietly behind, just yet to get involved again, has maintained the DRS though, P4 with his teammate behind him after having a front row lockout and being on pole. It's P5.
It is P5 and Leon. The V-Cabs fell down a little bit. They do have a little switcheroo of drivers there. Leon getting through on Josh Orr to defend against Josh. He does get through because he was P5. Could Leon be saying, come on mate, let me have a go, let me see if I can do something with these Ferraris? Well, the Ferraris are ultimately controlling the race here. This is quite a display from Glitched Hen and Tom H. They're really in control. Glitched Hen now using that DRS, goes to the outside line. Luke is trying to defend it, but can he? As they go side by side. Glitched Hen, a bit of contact there with the rear. We saw a little bit of a spike flying, but I don't think there's too much damage there. Was it hard enough to cause any damage? It did slow Glitched Hen down just enough though to put Tom in a bit of a position, but Glitch sends it into turn 4, parks it on the exit, gets it through. There was a little bit of a diffuser sniff there from the Williams, but Glitched Hen in the Ferrari does make it through. Tom H now needs to put the pressure on the Williams.
That was so close. Tom H just trying to hang it around the outside, gets squeezed and run out of road by Luggy. There, front wing and rear wheel made contact, but it just was not enough to send them out onto the gravel. So they maintained the positions, but Josh and Leon looking at this, thinking, please continue. But all the while, Alistair's now getting back into the fight. So instead of being, 1.6 seconds behind, he's now within a second.
Alistair is closing in. Ever closer.
There goes Tom H.
There goes Tom H. Is it going to be a double move? He's not. He's trying to defend it and keep glitched ahead. He does fight it out. Bit of a wheel lock there, but they separated cleanly. No further contact. All it's doing is allowing Leon to get that little bit closer. Luigi fighting it back. But Tom H will stay ahead. It almost is to be the 1-2 for Ferrari that they saw earlier. Here comes Leon, capitalising on a slow Williams or Luigi, looking to hang it around the outside though into turn 6. Can he make it? He does. Luigi backs out of it, plays the smart card, does not want to risk anything yet. There are still 19 laps to go. A lot of racing yet. But here comes Josh, has a look on Luigi, backs out of it again. Drivers using their brains. There's a lot to lose here. They need to keep their head on and keep it clean. But Josh is going to go for it once again with that DRS, looking for it into turn 1. Will he get it later on the brakes? He does get ahead. The medium tyres aren't doing so well there. There's a Ferrari running wide. That was Tom. Slows down. He's now under attack from the V-carbs. Josh is looking to get through. So is Leon. The V-carbs almost going side by side, but ultimately Leon backing out of it. But through goes Josh on the Ferrari Tom H, as well as Leon capitalising on that open door.
Yeah, Tom H ran wide into turn 3, which means that Josh and Leon have now taken back the P1 and 2 respectively.
Oh, there he locks up Tom H.
So again,
locked up there for Tom H. A bit of a wheel bang with Leon, but cost him some time there. You can see the gap has opened up dramatically from glitched. Opened up again from Leon and Josh, but Tom needs to press on and not let that gap get bigger. The V-carbs may have done it here. They were just preserving their tyres, recharging the batteries and waiting for the open door, and they took it with a smile.
Yeah, just needs to maintain that gap now. Glitch probably. I wonder what his penalty is. I'll quickly check. I think it might be 3 seconds. It is. So he just needs to extend that gap by half a second more, and he'll get that P1 on. Even though he has a penalty, but what can Josh and Leon do with the DRS? Can they help each other get that P1 and 2 again? Would it be a 1-2 for the Ferraris, or would it be a 1-2 for the RBs, or neither? What do you think?
I think it could be a 1-2 for the Ferraris, but with the way the V-carbs are driving, almost contact there between teammates. The teammates are fighting. Leon and Josh are having a fight there. That was interesting to see.
I think that Leon was just trying to get the racing line back from overtaking him on the straight, actually, instead of going through the corner on the inside. So he looked like it cut him up a little bit, but
did look like a little slight cut up, but he's kept it nice and bunny and on the track. Hopefully things work out now for the rest of the drivers. Things are starting to slow down a little. The tyres are starting to wear out, so now it's all about preservation. They go into this tyre management mindset, this tyre management mode. Can we go to the end here? But Glitched certainly does not have that mindset. 2.1 seconds. He's almost bridging the 3 seconds he needs to make that penalty non-existent in his race finish. If the way he's lock up there, really big lock up into turn 3, pushing so hard, cost himself quite a few tenths that he could have gained, but it is still around 2 seconds. Deploying that battery needs to try and get ahead.
just watching Josh and Leon, they've dropped that 2 seconds now, so it looks like Glitch 10's going to win this race. Just, what, 17 laps to go.
Oh, my wheels vibrating, I only just realised.
Oh!
He wants the camera!
I was close. I don't know what happened to Leon. I was on board with him. I think Tom H might have not hit him on the diffuser a little bit, so he had a massive snap, but that was close. But it means that Leon has dropped the DRS to Josh. Josh has got inside 2 seconds to Glitch 10, so I wonder now how he's going to fare trying to catch back up with him. And Tom H gets 3 seconds as well. Cut in turn 1, I've just caught that on the onboard, so I wonder what's going to happen. Leon sees position to Tom on account of that he has no ERS from the looks of it, and he wants to catch back up to his teammate. So we'll see how he fares with that also. But as it stands, Josh P1, Leon is P3, and Glitch 10 P2, Tom P4. But someone who's catching up is Luggy, actually. Tom might actually be P5, not P4. And he actually might be P6, not P4.
He
P5.
will be P6 with the way things are looking. Oster just there within the time to knock Tom H out off the podium. If any chance he has to take it, you better hope that people start racking up those penalties. There's only been a few drivers that we've seen struggle with the track limits, and I don't think Josh is one of them, and neither was Liam. They locked out that front row with ease.
Yeah, Sam having a quite decent race as well in the background, just sitting nicely in P7. Looks like he's going to take that home if there's no safety cars or anything else to interrupt that run towards the end.
We can only hope that he gets away cleanly. He can start to gain a little bit on Oster if he can push on a little bit harder. However, he will not drop any positions. As it stands, he will finish where he is, having that 3-second penalty. He picked that up early on in the race, but so far has kept himself with on the track. But here comes Leon on Tom H. Has the DRS. Tom H does not benefit from that. He will deploy the battery to defend, but they make it side by side. Going down into turn 4. Leon later on the brakes gets the traction, but can Tom do anything about it? He cannot. The V-cab getting ahead. Lugate now only has Tom to dispatch of and to press on for what could be a podium though.
Lugate and Alster looking ever more in the fight every time. I think Tom H might have a bit of damage maybe. Looks like he's struggling to be at the pace of Josh, Leon and Glitch, which definitely isn't like him. It looks like Leon's coming into the pits. I'm not sure what's going on there.
Ooh, that's
Luggy's got 3
strap.
seconds as well.
Oh no, there it is. Okay, so Lugate out of it. Lugate is not going to be in contention for podium if people can close up that gap.
Is Leon taking maybe a sort of Hungary-esque strategy where you pit and try and catch back up again? Taking the extra stop?
He's not going to lose out too much. There is a 20-second gap to the Mercedes.
He's gone on the mediums.
He has gone on mediums. 13 laps on the mids, definitely doable. It certainly will be the fresher tyre as they press on.
I wonder if everyone else will respond, but at the moment it looks like Josh is set to get. He's trying to stay within 2 seconds. He's on the cusp at the moment. Luggy, Alster, and Tom. Luggy and Tom are fighting for position. Alster in the middle of them is going to finish ahead of them on penalties if we can stay with them. But we'll see how it plays out now. Sam looking ever closer to Tom H. Can he get in within the DRS? I do think Tom H probably does have some damage. Luggy is boxed in now on the mediums.
That's an interesting call. So ultimately, a two-stopper being what could be a better strategy. Do you think he's trying to cover off Leon there, trying to get the undercut?
He was on the mediums, and Alster gets a penalty, so that means I was lying. He is all to play for now between Alster, Tom, and it looks like Sam in P5. But at the moment, we see that Leon has actually gained a lot of time on Luggy, so pitting and the new tyres gave you a fair bit of time, it appears. We'll see how it fares for everyone else now, trying to extend to the end, hopefully.
Watch the gap drop away for Leon as he has the extra tyre life. Later on the brakes, quicker on the accelerator. He can really push now and not need to manage those tyres. I know I mentioned tyre management earlier on, but ultimately that was never in Leon's game plan. He boxes for the mediums and he's dropped a second already and he's pushing on. Now dropping 1.2 to Grelis. As soon as he gets in that DRS and dispatches a Grelis, it's going to be easy pickings to catch up to Sam. Sam, being on the harder compound tyre, has run them since the safety car came out on lap 7. So they are pretty worn in now. 18 laps. Very used, should I say. I'm going to pull up the tyre graphic so you can see. As I say, 18 laps completed for those hard runners at the front, from Grelis up to P1 and Glitch 10. You see people boxing there. However, Ewan has gone 16 laps on those mediums. So what's his play? What is his game plan here?
I don't think he can do 20.
Luke's out in the pits. Never mind.
That could be an issue with the wheel, maybe. I'm not sure. But he was in the points, so I don't know why you do that.
You see the positions gained from race start. You see Glitch 10 up 4 from where he qualified. Josh down 1 because he was the pole sitter. Oster is up into P3 after qualifying 4th. And Tom H up 3 positions after qualifying 7th. Sam is the one who's had a bit of a lucky escape here, but it's D Summers making the most. 5 positions gained, sits down P10. So looking fairly decent for him today. A lot of track limits popping up on the board.
Sorry?
There's a lot of track limits that have popped up on the board, so people with those penalties going to start to struggle.
Tom H takes position from Ulster. We've got just over 10 laps to go now. When we cross the line, it will be 10 laps to go to the end of this race. Josh just 8 tenths above the gap that he needs to Glitch 10 to inherit that P1 position and to take the win here in Austria. But at the moment, it looks like Glitch 10 is going to win. And has Glitch 10 won a race yet this season?
Don't think he has. This will be his first victory of the season, and it will make 6 different winners this season alone. My. Fabulous indeed. Nobody is dominating this season. This season has been thrown up in the air with different winners every race, and you love to see it. I am just going to pull up the report to see that I am correct. So, of course, your first race winner was Oster. Second race winner was Josh when he took his maiden victory. Third race winner being MV1, aka Hodor.
On the circuit as well. It's at 5 seconds, but that's 5 seconds. It's not the biggest advantage. That could have been, erased from maybe one mistake or one more position in qualifying maybe. And then the margins are very, very small, as you could have seen when you were there qualifying earlier. But we've got a yellow flag for McLaren. It's Jack who's had an instant turn and final corner.
Oh no, so Jack having a bit of an incident there, slowing himself down, but as we get to 9 laps remaining, things are being thrown up in the air. The gap is just not quite 3 seconds between Josh and Glitch 10. It's balancing between the two. Josh is doing everything he can to stop that 3 second advantage being gained. He's not going to let Glitch take this easily.
He's not going to let him take it easily. He's not really losing as much time as he is gaining. He's sort of levelling out at the moment. I don't know if he's maybe not pushing, or maybe Glitch isn't pushing, but...
Or maybe Glitch pushed a little bit too hard to break the 3 seconds, has burned those tyres out too much.
Oh, it's 3 seconds penalty, not 2. I thought it was 2 seconds.
It's 3 seconds. That's what I mean. We're balancing between the limitation. It could almost be broken. 2.9, 2.97. Oh, it's balancing. There's flickering just within a tenth. Josh, you need to push a little bit harder, my friend, in these closing 8 laps. It's yours to lose or yours to gain. Could you take the second race victory of this season, or will you give the 6th race victory winner to Glitch 10? That'll be 6 different drivers taking the top spot, but for now it is Josh looking to prevent that. Can he make it 2 this season, or will Glitch 10 take his first?
Josh, he's already won a race, hasn't he?
He has indeed. The last race winner last time round was Leon. So the V-Carbs, both V-Carb drivers winning a race this season. Josh taking round 2 and Leon taking round 5. But we are yet to see a Ferrari take that top spot.
I mean, it's history that's going to be written in this league to come.
Oh, it's broken!
Sorry?
It's broken. The 3 seconds has been broken.
Oh, by quite a bit as well. I'm not sure how he's dropped, 5 tenths in like a couple of corners, but I was saying that it's going to be a history written today. Either for the first 6 races of this league's life, it's going to be 6 different race winners who have earned the title already, or we're going to see the first ever person to get multiple race wins in a season in OTLR. So which one do you think it would be? Brooks, we'll start with you first. Which one do you think?
Praying I'm praying for the 6th different winner. I really want Glitch to take the victory here because it shows how evenly matched this grid is. The grid have their strengths, have their weaknesses, but ultimately not one can be the best so far. It's all to play for Glitch 10. He has the 3 seconds, but with a 3.5 second gap now. Josh looking to seize that second victory of the season, and Glitch 10 looking to seize that first. I've got to give it to Glitch if he can pull it out.
Yeah, he's got 6/10 on that gap that he needs now, so at the moment it does look like he's going to win. 6.5 laps to go until the end of this race. Josh running nicely, but not quick enough. The gap to Tom H is more than enough to worry about. Sam is within DRS of... oh no, he's not, sorry. Leon is within DRS.
Yes. Leon,
so Leon's slowly gaining.
Yeah, he is. He's lurking behind ever more. But so is Lugi. Lugi just behind the VCAP driver. Josh, 3 seconds. No, it's over. It is absolutely over. Josh has just fumbled the one chance he had to stop the Ferrari from taking that top spot. But ultimately, if Glitch can keep it clean and keep it within the lines, he will win for the first time in OTLR, and it will be 6 different race winners this season. Wow, this is electric.
Yeah, the top 6 all have equal penalties, so any fight they have is for position. So you have Tom H and Alster, the closest matched pair at the minute. The first person with 6 seconds is Sam. So he is nicely put towards the back of that little gap there. But you can see it. So it looks very, very, very nice. And looks like we're going to have a very good race towards the end.
Absolutely, but Josh has just fumbled it. Absolutely fumbled it. Glitched, he's set up to take victory. But what could Grelis gain if he can push a little bit harder and drop a couple seconds? He just needs to drop 3 seconds and potentially gain himself up 2 positions.
I wonder how this is going to play out, but Josh still losing time to Glitch 10 now. So it looks like that is, very, very much done and dusted unless somebody gets another penalty.
Lugi gets past Leon, very easy. Oster gets past Tom.
Yeah, penalties. Have you got penalties up?
I did just throw them up for a quick brief minute.
Sweet.
So TLA, I believe, is seeing them if TLA is still in the Twitch there. But looking on, the battle is down the order. Oh, a bit of a slide from Lugi. Locked rear end. Those medium tyres certainly showing their age. Did very well to keep it together. Sam is just sitting behind, although the 6 seconds of penalty is certainly damaging. We have Ewan, the 4th retirement of the session. Doesn't see the point in continuing. He's not going to score any points for his team as ultimately backed out of that one. Andres finishing the race and finishing in what would be 12th. Please, can I have an alternate name for you, Lily? Because every time I see it, I want to say it, makes me want to sing it.
That was good, that was good.
Tom H battling it back out with Oster once again up into turn 3. Gets it done easy with the DRS.
It's going to be... How many races are this season? It was 11, wasn't it?
There is 11, so after this one, still 5 more to go.
So half the race has been...
Half the season will be completed, yeah.
Half the season has been different race winners every time. How crazy.
Absolute history in the making in the first season of Off the Line Racing. You can only see it here before your very eyes. Andres getting past D Summers there. Oh, runs it wide. He's off and on the curb. Ultimately gets himself back on, but loses the position to D Summers. D Summers picking up the DRS as he was passed. Can gap Andres a little bit there. Fighting it out for the final points positions. Kicks Alba, not letting that penalty get in his way. We see Grelis going into the pits. Doesn't see himself losing anything. I think he's going to go for that fastest lap. Battle there between Luigi and Leon once again. Locking up those tyres. The smoke blurring away, blinding the drivers. But it is Leon looking to fight back now into turn 4. A corner that, if you're not careful, can run you wide and into that gravel, but gets it done very nicely indeed. Sam just still sitting behind. Will he put the press on? I don't think he will. I think he's happy with where he is. Despite the drivers that are in front of him, he's doing very well to keep up with some of the fastest drivers on the grid.
Leon's made it quite the feat to catch back up to Austria and Tom H now, and he is just shy of the DRS on Austria. He's going to have the tyre advantage by far on these guys. So is he going to have played an insane advantage, insane strategy? And is he going to take P3? That's the story of the last 2 laps. He's in the RB and he's in P5, but he's also in a position where he can gain even more. He doesn't have the DRS just yet, and it looks like Luggy is going to attack. So Luggy being the cork to his bottle, stopping him from attacking the cars ahead on his newer tyres. Actually, I think Luggy's on the same sort of tyres, so them two are fighting for who gets the first bite of the cherry against the guys ahead, and it looks like it's going to be Luggy at the moment.
It is indeed Luggy.
Oh, they're catching so quickly.
Right up on the rear there of Austria, really coming hard and fast. Luggy not holding anything back. Boxing for those mediums certainly done the favour. The harder tyres just do not have the grip anymore. They are gone. They are absolutely dead. As you see Luggy really getting up on the rear there of the McLaren.
Luggy and Leon have put them onto the final lap, so they're going to have 1 lap of a chance to get ahead. Don't forget the fact that Austria also wants to get ahead of Tom H, so he's going to have to defend like crazy going on to his final lap. Has he got the battery? Has he got the speed? Has he got the lower wings? We will soon find out. It's going to be Luggy and Leon with the advantage on tyres, but Leon just a little bit out of it at the moment. He doesn't look like he's close enough. Austria makes his move to the inside at turn 3. Tom is charging ERS. It's neater than you'd expect. Leon catches all the way.
Oh, there's contact!
Tom H. Leon caused the incident, gives the position back to Tom H instantly, which is fair enough. But the battle is between Luggy and Austria.
I don't think he's close enough. I don't think he's close enough, Tom. I'm going to be honest. I don't think Luggy can do anything here. It's going to be one monumental send into these final 4 corners.
There's any way you want your tyre advantages here, and is he going to be able to do it? I don't think he is. He's going to be close.
He just can't get an open door. He's looking for it anywhere. Please send it down the inside.
He goes to the inside.
Can he do it? Luggy's sending it.
Oh, that's a good move there. It's clean as well.
Wow, Luggy sending it, taking that final podium away from Austria. But it is Glitch 10 to take victory and to be the 6th winner of the season. 6 races, 6 different victors, and it's a Ferrari on the top step. What can you make of this? That was an amazing finish. Luggy sending it on Austria there to take the final podium spot. My. Grelis getting the fastest lap, taking that extra point. Although it is not a lot, it's still an extra. Wow, what a finish to a monumental race. Austria P4, Tom in P5 after that turn 3 incident where Leon in P6, Sam still in P7. P8 goes to Grelis. I will finish the order off in a second when we see it. Wow, that was insane. That was a very well ran race indeed, gentlemen. My hat is off to you.
What a race that is. Thank you for that entertainment, boys and girls, and ladies and gentlemen racing as well. A Glitch 10 sixth race winner of the season. 6 races in. I mean, what a race.
There you go.
It's hard to explain how fun that was.
That was incredible. Beetle though in P9. I can finish it off now. Andres P10. D Summers in 11th, just outside of the points, followed by and starting off the DNF finishers, we have Ewan, Jack, Luke and Lanky. But that was a monumental race indeed, and what a way to kickstart the second half of the season. You all came back after that week off, refreshed, ready to rumble, and rumble you did. What a race indeed, gentlemen, and thank you for that entertainment. I shall bring you back to our commentator's corner. We do not have any interviews for you.
We do.
No, we can. Or can we? Because of the way the
We
interview
can.
is.
No, we can.
Ooh,
I've had it confirmed by the boss.
The boss, we can. Gentlemen, if you want your interviews, get yourselves in here. We can indeed do your interviews. So I will move us on to the interview room. And you join us in the interview room while we await to see if Glitched Hen has any words to say on his first race victory here.
Glitched Hen, Josh, and Luggy.
Just about to ping those men, see if they want to get in the interviews. I apologise if you can hear some clicking. We do have somebody in. Who do we have in?
Glitched.
We do have Glitched Hen in the race. Victor, we shall wait to find out if anybody else shall be joining us. Josh and Lugate, the interview room is open for you chaps. Get yourselves in here. Let's have a quick word. But that was a monumental race and a fantastic one to start. Oh, apologies. To start off the second half of the season. Almost had a bit of a butt there, but managed to fight that one down. As we are aware, anything from Josh? Anything? Sorry, no. So we won't be seeing Lugate. Wow, that is quick from you, my friend. If I say so myself, he says, sorry, I have to go to work. Literally already in my car. My. He jumps straight out, sprints downstairs, gets in the car, gets himself ready to go to work. So that's some commitment. Does a race, and off he goes to work.
That's good commitment to the league as well.
Absolutely.
So I'd like to see that.
Love to see that commitment. I don't think we're seeing Josh, but we shall move on to your victor, Glitched Hen. Congratulations, you have made history. Oh wait, never mind. I think Josh is coming. Only because I owe you from Bahrain. I'll hop in, I suppose. Come on then, get yourself in.
We've had confirmation that Luggy is in fact in his car. I won't say how he's done that because he might get in trouble. But we had a confirmation. Just waiting on.
Just waiting to see if Josh is actually going to come in. You got to join the interview room, my friend. I can't just drag you in, unfortunately. There he is. There's the man to take P2 after you tried to press on and keep that 3 second from getting ever more, ultimately picking up the time penalty yourself and just fumbling that one chance you had to take your second victory of the season. Nevertheless, history has been made. 6 different race victors. And he's gone. He's left. Oh, he's disappeared. Where's he gone?
He's disappeared. Whoops.
Where's he gone?
I'm unsure where he's gone.
He's typing.
He is typing.
What?
Beep, boop, boop, boop. Information incoming, incoming.
Come on, Josh, mate. Oh, he's back. And Tom Carter's disappeared. There he is. Ray! I don't know if you could hear me beforehand, mate, but congratulations on trying to chase down for Glitched Hen, but what could have been a second race victory this season, but nevertheless, history has been made. 6 different winners. Glitched Hen getting the race victory, managing to break 3 seconds, but ultimately you picked up the 3 seconds yourself, and you fumbled you down a little bit. But you took pole with your VCARB teammate locking out that front row. It was a beautiful display of power, but just couldn't turn it into a victory. So let's have your thoughts on that, mate. How was your race?
Alright, it's just one of them. Just damage limitation, really. It's just, yeah.
Damage limitation.
Could, but...
Words to live by, words of wisdom. Damage limitation. If you're within the right to take a victory, but just cost yourself a little bit of penalties, it's all about the damage limitation from there. What about your qualifying? Beautiful to take a pole position. I believe that you have done it before and you've done it again. Another pole to add to the record. but ultimately only good enough for P2. The Ferraris certainly put you under a bit of a pressure today. Were you worried at all after the safety car restart?
Not really. It was just all about just maximising the result for myself, really.
Wow, lovely stuff, lovely stuff. But it was a good race round from yourself, and congratulations, Tom Carter. Anything from you, my friend?
Yeah. Am I right in thinking that was your debut, or was that someone else?
No, that's somebody else. His debut.
My bad. My
Josh
bad.
has been a race victor before in round 2.
Oh, right. Sorry. I saw the gap in the championship from yourself isn't too far from the leader. Do you plan on contending for the championship going so far if you can keep these results up?
It's just race by race, really. It's just all about getting best out of every race, and then just if I'm in championship fight, and if I'm not, I'm not. Doesn't really bother me.
Fair enough, mate. Well done.
Well, that's a lovely race round from yourself, and congratulations. But now we move on to the race victor. Glitch 10, you've taken the title to be the sixth driver to win a race this season alone. It was a beautiful race round from yourself. The qualifying wasn't too fun for you, but after that restart, you certainly made something of it and pushed on for race victory. So come on, man, let's have a take on your race. How was that for you?
Well, it's just the perfect setup, really. It really felt great. No sort of sliding on the rear end. I just had great race pace in the end.
Beautiful stuff. Were you qualifying? Wasn't the position you wanted to be in, but I'm guessing you was running a more suitable race setup than qualifying setup. Certainly trying to make those tyres go the distance as you did so on the hards, and you got that about 4 second gap from Josh in the end. It was lovely stuff. Was you pressing hard to break the 3 seconds from there? 'Cause it certainly looked like it.
Yeah, it was a lot of pushing to break those 3 seconds, but I would have got it removed anyway if so, because I got pushed off the track during a couple of fights in the first stint. That's where I got those 3 seconds from. Wasn't happy, but dealt with it. Anyway.
Absolutely, it was very well done, and of course, taking your first victory here in off the line racing, hopefully one of many to come. But again, being the sixth driver to stand on the podium this season alone, as you head into the second half of the season, do you see yourself up on the top spot again, or hopefully pushing more and more?
Yeah, I like the next couple races, and this is a good track for me as well. So I could see myself on the top step a couple more times this season.
Lovely stuff. We'd love to hear the confidence come in. But again, congratulations. It's P1 for you, a race victory. You can call yourself a winner as we head into the second half of the season. Tom Carter, on to you, my friend.
Yeah, the only question I have for you, Glitched, I saw on track a few times today, you and your teammate Tom were quite close together on track. So I'd just like to ask, who's the number one driver at your team, and who gets priority between the two of you?
It's not really a priority. It was just we were in that position to where it would be worth it for the points to guarantee the win by holding them up to break the train was more worth it in our opinion, which we thought about whilst we're in the VC. But it depends on who's in what position. We would have done the same if he was in P1 and I was in P3.
Fair enough,
That's all.
mate. Well done.
Absolutely, and that will do it. Should bring you back to the commentator's corner just while we give our little goodbyes. But again, it's been a pleasure to be co-commenting with Tom Carter, a man I've known for quite a while. We've run a season together already in commentary. Very capable of handling the comms booth with ease. So thank you for joining me here tonight. And hopefully we'll see you again in the future. It's been a pleasure, my friend.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it was a great race today. Thank you to all the drivers who participated in that today, giving me the opportunity to commentate over it for the first time in this league. And well, it won't be the last time you'll be seeing me in at least a driver's form, because I will be driving in this league in the future weekends. But commentating, I'm not too sure yet. But if you would like to see more, then you know where to come.
Absolutely, indeed. We'll take another quick look at the calendar so you know what is yet to come. Round 6 done and dusted. Everybody warmed up, fired up. They've had a nice race today, ultimately setting themselves up for one of the more challenging tracks China, Shanghai International Circuit. It's going to be one to watch. You really need to be careful in the first sector and the second sector. Those corners can certainly catch you out. But with that huge DRS straight, overtaking certainly is going to be down into the hairpin as you finish the final few corners. But keep yourselves tuned and join us next week, Tuesday, 7 o'clock. You don't want to miss this one. Other than that, I've been Corey Brooks, one of your commentators for this evening. See you next week. I'm a cut.